Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. All right, please pray that when I get home, all of my bismuth has disintegrated into gold, and I wonder what would happen though, because that would probably cause a huge explosion as well. Most of my gold is in a storage locker. It'd probably blow up the entire place. But then again, I would have several tons of gold. I could probably take care of all the damage and still have a lot to myself, right? I got a bunch at my home that I'm sharing with a few people, and I could probably take care of the damage there too and still have a lot for myself. And I have a few knickknacks here and there at different consignment shops. That'd probably only start a small fire. Hopefully not too much damage there. But when I get home, I want all of my bismuth, every little atom of it, to become gold. The probability of that happening, I think, is like 1 in a few Googleplex, if I remember correctly. I'll let you guys do the calculation yourself. But there is a probability, right? It's kind of like... it's kind of like in Dumb or Dumber, when Lloyd was excited to learn that there was a probability that he was going to be with Mary Samsonite. Now, funny thing is that in real life, they actually did get married, but they ended up getting divorced a year later. So even a 1 in a million probability there, right? There's a much higher probability that when I get home, bismuth will just be worth more than gold on the markets, right? The probability of that is arguably a lot higher than all of my bismuth decaying into gold. But I actually like that a little bit less because I want to continue my art career as well, right? I guess there's also a probability, probably not as high, that I make an art masterpiece that sells for more than its weight in gold, right? That one's probably higher than the bismuth decaying into gold, but lower than the market price of bismuth going above gold. But that one's the most ideal case, right? There's no explosion, there's no property damage. I get to continue my career. In fact, my career just gets a huge boost out of it. And what would I do if that happened? Not much. I'd probably travel more. So this trip to Texas, aside from seeing the love of my life, was also very useful for helping me relax, and it's a change of scenery, right? Yeah, I did get into a fight with somebody at the hostel, but it's still a diversion from all of the hustle and bustle of everyday life. And I probably wouldn't come to Houston nearly as much, but I probably go to Taiwan a lot more. Right, I got one grandparent who is still alive, and so I made a close friend. I was in Taiwan. I probably also I would consider living a lot closer to campus. Right now, I live a 20-minute drive away, and I live with 2 alcoholics. And not only alcoholics, but some of these people have almost a double standard. So, for example, one day I was on the phone with a friend of mine, and she was going to help me with my dating life. And all of a sudden, one of my roommates has a coughing fit, and she doesn't even have the decency to maybe go to the bathroom or somewhere. And so, as a result, I think it really messed up my connection. It's okay. I mean, things like that happen. But then a few days later, she complains that I made her late for work because I took a shower at whatever time. I mean, had I known that, I wouldn't have done that, right? And it seems like the owner of the place, I mean, the other roommates have been there a little bit longer than I have, seem to have sided with my other roommates, and there just seems to be a little bit of a double standard sometimes. All right. Please pray that when I get home, I find a fortune somehow. Ideally, from one of my art pieces becoming the next Mona Lisa. That would be the most ideal, right? But if all of my bismuth decayed into gold, I could live with that too, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum.